Good solid win tonight. All three phases did some really positive things. Our fan base just absolutely electric. Best Vol walk I've ever been a part of tonight, and obviously sellout crowd, energy, the noise, all a huge part of the football game in the very beginning. A lot of fun to play in front of our fans, man, for our staff and our players. We all appreciate what they did, and so a lot of good things tonight. Some things that we got to clean up, obviously, too, before we get to next week.
Questions? We'll start with Austin.
It seemed like you found your footing in the run game early on. Some nice runs by Jalen and Dylan. Just talk about that, and then any of Dylan said.
There was balance in what we did tonight. Structurally, a little bit different than we probably anticipated. Not different than what we had seen on tape, but maybe a little bit different than what we anticipated seeing from them. I thought we were able to create big plays, and we were efficient in the run game at times. Obviously, the pass game got going and created some really big plays in the pass game. So there were really good things on all sides of it on the offense side of the football. Don't know yet at this point, but we're hopeful. Jabari, same thing. We held them from that point on in the football game. Just because of the scoreboard and get those guys some treatment.
David?
What goes into the thought process of a 35-0 game at halftime as far as letting Hendon and Jalen going back out there and continuing to play? And did you have some reservation given what happened to Jabari and said in the first?
Man, there's a lot of football left to be played, and I've been in games where all of a sudden it flips the momentum and all of it. And so starting fast, defensively, offensively, pushing the scoreboard, at that point felt like it was the right time to pull them and to get our twos in there. And I thought they operated, after the first drive, operated really well.
Coach, through his first 3 games this year, Jalen Hyatt has already surpassed his stats from last year. How proud of you are him for that, and what does it speak to the work that he's put in?
No shortcuts. Guy that wanted to be great, a year ago, and then worked to be great this entire offseason. Confident, understands. I trust him. Our coaching staff trusts him. Like, if he's telling you something that he sees on the field, you can take it to the bank. He understands what we're doing. And then, has made a bunch of big-time plays. And his best football is still out there, and he's going to keep chasing it. But really proud with the way he played tonight and, the start of the season for him.
Adam, then Austin.
You mentioned the fan base. This was a sellout and it was loud, and this isn't an SEC. This isn't a conference game. What do you think that says about the fan base? They show up regardless of the stakes of the game.
College football as good as it gets. Fan base as good as it gets. They care. They're passionate. You can feel their energy. You can feel their optimism. You can feel their belief. Our entire program can feel that on the outside too. And God, I've never been part of anything like tonight, man. Like, you get on a ball walk and they're all sitting at the bottom of the hill, but then it's going back up the hill. You know what I mean? Like, it was special tonight. It was awesome.
To add on to that, how do you take in the ball? I mean, are you looking at faces, or are you just kind of head down straight ahead? I know you get your kids with you, and then, what's that like for you?
Yeah, I try to enjoy my kids a little bit at the beginning and during the end of it too, and play some catch with my little guy on the field. And once we get to the grass, when we turn left, man, I'm going to take in and see what the mass of people at the bottom of the hill looks like, and then occasionally you recognize faces or see faces, and it's fun, man. You want to be somewhere where people care, where they're passionate, that it matters. Jeez, man, it matters here. Our fan base is awesome.
Patrick?
Coach, Warren Burrell didn't play tonight. What's his status? And it looks like you guys were taking every corner and look in the first half.
I just felt like we had an opportunity to kind of rotate, not mass sub, but rotate throughout the course of it. Guys have earned those opportunities during the course of it. D and Warren, we were optimistic, but didn't feel like we could play him. Let me take that back. Didn't feel like it was the right thing to do to play him in this one, so we're optimistic and hopeful for the next one.
Jimmy?
Josh, you were really productive on the first down, much more so than at Pitt, and I wonder how much more effective that makes your offense when you're hitting on first down.
Well, picking up yards on first down certainly helps you on second down and changes the way third down's played. So we want to be efficient. Tonight we were able to do that for a bulk of the football game. That changes the way the game unfolds for sure.
To the back, Reese.
I know you like Dylan Sampson's training camp and everything, but what did you see out of today with those 2 touchdowns and everything going so well?
Yeah, not coach speak here. Saw the same things that we see from him every single day. Consistent, understands what we're doing. As a young guy that showed up in June, has probably at that position grasped what we're doing better than anybody I've been around. He is good in pass protection, understanding, but man, dynamic with the ball in his hands, understands blocking schemes, presses double teams, make the right cut at the right time. He's slow to go, fast through the hole. He's a really good back.
Rob, then back to David.
Coach, did the gears shift this week with SEC play starting, or is it business as usual inside the building?
Enjoy this one tonight. It's important that our players and staff do. Obviously, it's late enough that you don't get to enjoy it very much. Tomorrow you wake up and you're on to the next one. Same routine for us. Our preparation doesn't have to be different. It has to be consistent. We got to control the controllables at a really high level this week. And the great thing is there's going to be a bunch of noise, around it, right? Our fan base is excited about this football game. Our players should be too. Our preparation's got to take us to the opening kickoff. Make sure we're ready to play.
Josh, how would you test Juwan Mitchell? Did he look good, or is there some rust to be knocked off there?
Not fair for me to say until I actually go back and watch the entire football game. I thought, his week of preparation was really good, and some things we saw early in the football game. He did a really rock solid job.
Ben, then back to Jimmy.
Josh, you've been able to see Joe now in live action twice this season. Just what have you thought of his play so far this year?
Just really sound in his decision making, complete command of what we're doing, better in the pocket, throwing it as a passer, more touch on the football at times, and was really solid tonight. Like what he did.
What's your reaction to the Jimmy Callaway incident?
Yeah, just disappointed because it takes away from the rest of the football game, and it's not who we are and what we stand for in any area of our program. He's disappointed too in what happened, and teachable moment for everybody. Can't do it. We're not going to be able to do that and beat good football teams here as we get into conference play. You can't do anything that takes away from the team that hurts the team.
Back to the back.
I saw on Taven Jackson's touchdown afterward, he was running the sideline, he kind of blew by you. You asked him to come back, you tapped him on his head. What did you say to him after his score?
Man, just the opportunity, young guy, first one, man. And he was really excited and pretty cool moment. You can see the excitement for all of our young guys in all of the phases, offense, defense, even special teams. When young guys make a play, our vets are really excited for him. It's a pretty cool moment for him.
Patrick.
Coach, going back to Seth's play, when he went down, obviously it was a touch on the mistake. What was going through your mind? It looked like an awkward play, kind of a dangerous low hit there when he came down.
Yeah, there were a few low hits tonight, and you don't know in this game, what happened. I mean, I say that meaning what's the extent of it. So as I went over, he started getting up, and so we'll find out more here.
Any other? Wes?
In terms of, you talked about the low hits, was that part of the reason why the game was so chippy tonight? I mean, I don't know if you usually see 20 penalties or so in a 63-6 game.
Yeah, it was one of the chippiest games that I've been a part of, and certainly that we've been a part of here.
All right, thank you, Coach. We will have players in here shortly.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a great night.